Why in the world am I doing a 7 PRC? Let's go. Hey, what's up everybody? Joe here with ScruffyArms.com and the Scruffy fam. So, thank you for everybody who's subscribed lately. If you're not subscribed, do me a favor. Subscribe, hit that like button. Just helps share around the algorithm of YouTube. Not a big fan of us firearms channels, but you know, we can beat them if we hit the like button. So, I talked about in a video just a couple videos ago about the Ruger M77 project, that I'm going to rebarrel it to a 7 PRC. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna just rebarrel it myself. I'm gonna get a pre-fit barrel. I don't have a lathe, I can't turn one, cut one, do all those things. And cost-wise, it actually makes more sense for me to get the pre-fit than it does for me to get a barrel blank, take it to the other gunsmith I know, have another gunsmith do work for me to do it. I'm happy to do that to support other gunsmiths in the area, but I really don't need to do that in this case. I'm gonna go with a McGowan barrel. They have shouldered pre-fits. I'm gonna get that for my M77. I'm gonna try to get it on. If it doesn't go on the way that I think it will, then I'll go to the other gunsmith that I know. So when I'm looking at the McGowan barrels, I've got some choices that I need to make. I can get the same contour barrel that I have, all of the things, and the big question I have is barrel length, okay? So barrel length. I have the options of going as low as an 18-inch barrel all the way up to, you pick how long, as long as the bar stock can go. Most production 7 PRCs are coming out at 24 inches. 24 inches is kind of the sweet spot for velocity. And if you want the best velocities out of the 7 PRC, 24 inches should be what you're aiming for. Well, I'm not really sure I want to do another 24-inch barrel rifle. I had a 6.5 PRC that I actually sold because I didn't like the platform. I didn't like how long it was. It shot just fine, highly accurate rifle, but I just didn't like the platform. It was too long if I want to take it hunting. I mean, you got this super long barrel going places. And I say that because now I've got several rifles that are right around that 16, 16 and a half inch, 18-inch barrels. Those are really where I'm finding my sweet spot for hunting rifles for the type of hunting I do. I hunt in the woods, or I'm hunting out of a blind, and I'm putting a suppressor on the end of it. You know, I just don't really want to have all this extra bulk and length. It doesn't really seem appealing to me as a hunter. So I did some research to find out, okay, what am I looking at if I start reducing inches off the barrel of a 7 PRC? What am I really gonna get? Now, I will do another video later about why 7 PRC over some of the other options that I have. And I'll explain to you that process. But in this one, I want to talk about barrel length and the foot-pounds of energy that you're getting on target based on distance out to 1,000 yards and with the barrel length, okay? So when we look at a hunting rifle, and this is a hunting rifle, this is 100% a hunting rifle. I am not building a precision rifle with this platform. Not happening. If I want to build a precision rifle, I'm starting from the ground up. I want to take this Ruger M77. All we're going to switch out is the barrel. I'm keeping the same stock, trigger, action, bolt, all that's staying the same. The only thing changing is the barrel, okay? And so I looked up, and there's a lot of people that were part of the collaboration to build rifles and test for Hornady when they released this earlier this year. And so I found one of them, I think it's Hill County Precision, something like that. And they did tests of 20, 22, and 24-inch barrels for the 7 PRC and got some pretty interesting results. So remember, I'm looking for foot-pounds of energy. I've already done a video talking about short barrels and what what you lose when you start reducing barrel sizes. You lose 20 to 50 feet per second per inch, depending on the velocity that you have. So understanding that I'm going to lose some velocity means I'm going to lose some effective range with these shorter barrel lengths. I want to share with you guys what I found, and this is pretty interesting. So for a 20-inch barrel, well, let's start at 24. For a 24-inch barrel with 7 PRC, and we're using Precision Hunter 175 grain ELDX, okay, just factory ammo. Factory ammo with a 24-inch barrel was getting 2,965 feet per second at the muzzle. At 300 yards, 24-inch barrel gets 2,643 foot-pounds of energy, okay? At 300 yards, 24-inch barrels, 2,643 foot-pounds of energy. Okay, at 1,000 yards, okay, we're just gonna go all the way to 1,000 yards. At 1,000 yards, it's getting 1,369 foot-pounds of energy with a 24-inch barrel. 1,369 foot-pounds of energy. That is absolutely nuts, okay? So let's look at 22 inches. 22 inches at the muzzle, 2,927 feet per second. 2,927 feet per second. At the muzzle. That is only, let's see, it's 38 feet per second, or I'm sorry, 38 foot-pounds of energy less than the 24-inch, okay? That's not much. At 300 yards, it was getting 2,573 foot-pounds of energy. 2,573 at 300 yards. That is about 80 foot-pounds of energy less than a 24. And then at 1,000 yards, 1,327 foot-pounds of energy is only 42 foot-pounds of energy less at 1,000 yards. So very negligible difference between the 24 and 22-inch barrel. Like, I would almost argue that you wouldn't lose anything at all going to a 22-inch barrel. I don't see the need for the 24-inch in a hunting rifle. I really don't. At 22 inches, it's really a sweet spot. But here's something interesting. Let's talk about the 20-inch, okay? So 20-inch at the muzzle is 2,862 foot-pounds of energy. So 2,862, that's almost 100 foot-pounds of energy less than a 24-inch barrel. Then we go to 300 yards, is 2,454. 2,454, that's almost 200 foot-pounds of energy less at 300 yards. At 1,000 yards, 1,257, which is almost 100 foot-pounds of energy, okay? So this is the really cool thing about the 7 PRC, is the efficiency of this cartridge at these extended ranges. Even when you start reducing the barrel length, you're getting some pretty insane energy downrange, okay? This is nuts. When you're talking about something that's getting around 3,000 feet per second, you're probably in the 2,900, 2,900, high 28s, low 29s feet per second, and you're delivering this type of energy out at these distances. To kill a deer, you need between 900 and 1,000. A lot of different people argue 900 or 1,000. If you want to split the difference between 900 and 1,000, at 1,000 yards, you have enough foot-pounds of energy to kill a deer at 1,000 yards, even with a 20-inch barrel. That is phenomenal. When you add into it, okay, what about elk? Elk, the argument is about 1,500 foot-pounds of energy, okay? About 1,500 foot-pounds of energy. You are at 1,000 yards at 1,300, and you're almost 1,400 with the 24-inch barrel. You're definitely in the realm of possibility. Even out to 1,000 yards with a 20-inch barrel, you're getting just under 1,300 foot-pounds of energy. If you have the right bullet and the right placement, you could harvest an elk out to 1,000 yards with a 7 PRC. And if you tell me I'm crazy, Just look up 7 PRC long range hunting. Now, is that something I would do? No, I would not personally. I do not shoot long range all the time. It's not something I feel comfortable doing anything past 600 yards. 600 yards to me is a very long shot, and that may not be everybody, but 600 yards for me is a long shot. Have I shot farther? Yes, I have. I have shot out to 1,000 yards. I've rung the steel. I have shot 1 mile. I have rung the steel. That's fine. For hunting with an animal that moves, 600 yards is the absolute farthest that I would personally hunt, okay? Now, where I live in Wisconsin, 200 yards is probably the farthest shot that I'll ever need to take where I am at, 200 yards. 300 yards is unheard of in the area that I hunt personally. So when I look at all of these things, I'm really torn between the 20 and the 22-inch barrel. My 338 Win Mag had a 22-inch barrel on it, and when you put a muzzle brake on it, it made it even taller. It's not completely unwieldy. I didn't like the 24 inches, but just cutting those 2 inches off, I can't tell you how big of a difference that makes. At 20 inches, it'd even be more compact. I do have a suppressor. That suppressor's about 4.5 inches. At a 20-inch barrel, I'm back to that same 24 inches I had before. So I'm really torn, guys, between the 20 and the 22-inch barrel. The energy that the 22-inch barrel provides is really, really good, but the 20-inch barrel does just as fine. So, guys, as we enter into this conversation, I haven't bought the barrel yet. I'm still doing all my research, but I wanted to share this data with you because I find it absolutely fascinating that these modern cartridges and calibers are just doing these types of things. A 7 PRC, the reason that everybody gets so excited about it is because of what its potential is. Now, it was released in 2023. We're at the end of 2023. I think by the end of 2025, so that's 2 years from now, we're going to get all the way through 2024 and all the way through 2025. The 7 PRC is going to be dominating the hunting world. I think that it's going to supplant the 7 Rem Mag. Now, if you own a 7 Rem Mag, don't go buy a 7 PRC. They're pretty comparable, but when you look at this, it doesn't make any sense to me why, if you're getting into the 7 millimeters, that you wouldn't just get a 7 PRC. It makes way more sense at this point. So, guys, let me know what you think. 20, 22, 24. When you look at that energy, do you think that it makes sense to go with a 24 or 22-inch barrel when the 20-inch barrel is getting just about as much as you would need? In my hunting situations, the 20-inch makes a lot of sense, but the 22 is really appealing. Is 2 inches worth it? Let me know in the comments down below. And guys, if you aren't already subscribed, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. And as always, stay blessed, happy hunting, and I'll see you guys next time.